sun's barely up on Utah beach sand. Engine coughs like a tired old man. Got a wrench on my hip, map on my knee. Commands talking loud but they ain't talking to me. I tip my hat to the boys in front of line rows. I got a different plan, but higher goals. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the dead's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the dead's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. White lines blur and the engine hums. Every mile closer, my heartbeat drums. They're fighting over hedgerows, taking hill number 9. But I'm slipping past the back door, crossing that line. There's a clump of boxes hid in the trees. Fuel, munitions, manpower looking right at me. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Sometimes I don't make it, tire shot clean, truck in a ditch, black smoke screen. But I'll spawn right back, grab another ride. Same old road, same reckless pride. Cause every note I turn to scrap is 10 more minutes they can't fight back. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. I drive trucks where I shouldn't go, past the map edge, quiet as snow. Cut the engine, count to 3, swing that wrench like it owes me money. They won't know why their push ran dry. Just another no kiss goodbye. So here's to the drivers nobody sees, running dirt roads behind enemy lines with ease. When the match is done and the dust unloads, I'll be riding home proud with a trailer full of no's. I'm taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note.
Got my motor for them die. Yeah. Game's loading up, got my multi-box cocked. Game of sleeve on and my armor squad lock. Get in the tank for fuck's sake, this shit's about to pop. Gonna clap tank cheeks, gonna farm non-stop. Flying past the front line, Ford gear revving. About to teach these drones a lesson for the meme 6-7. Tank is on mark and we're loading AP, but we failed to consider all the rocket AT shit. Rocket. Got them coming front and back, taking more pens than a single mom on a day with Jack. Rocket. Didn't feel this way before, he would be a stepdaddy like they never had before. Got a new tank, gotta make up lost time. Splash some nuclear HE while still turning on a dime. Can't repeat the same mistake, I'm not dying to rocket bitches. Gonna play it safe, gonna tee off at these ditches. But shit, man, this ain't even fun, why the fuck are we sitting here? Let's make a move, put this piece of shit in gear. Hit the giga flank, enemy in sight. Oh no, forgot the load, they got first hit, we lost the fight, shit. Rocket. Got them coming front and back, taking more pens than a single mom on a day with Jack. Rocket. Didn't feel this way before, he would be a stepdaddy like they never had before. All I ever wanted to do was farm. HE span, pull some spawns, do some harm. In a world filled with RPGs and satchel bombs, I guess fucking might as well just kick it with some single moms. Hey. coming front and back, taking more pics than a single mom on a date with Jack. Rock it, rock it, rock it. Didn't feel this way before. He would be a stepdaddy like they never had before. Rock it, rock it, rock it. Like they never had before. Rock it, rock it, rock it. Like they never had before.
Sun's barely up on Utah beach sand. Engine coughs like a tired old man. Got a wrench on my hip, map on my knee. Commands talking loud but they ain't talking to me. I tip my hat to the boys in front of line rows. I got a different plan, but higher goals. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. White lines blur and the engine hums. Every mile closer, my heartbeat drums. They're fighting over hedgerows, taking hill number 9. But I'm slipping past the back door, crossing that line. There's a clump of boxes hid in the trees. Fuel, munitions, manpower looking right at me. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Sometimes I don't make it, tire shot clean, truck in a ditch, black smoke screen. But I'll spawn right back, grab another ride. Same old road, same reckless pride. Cause every note I turn to scrap is 10 more minutes they can't fight back. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea that the death's foretold. They say I ain't doing shit, but a man's got a code. If my heart's still a beating, I'm getting that note. Taking my truck down the winding road, looking for the sea.
Well, good evening, everybody, or good morning if you happen to find yourself on that side of the world. We're here for. I gotta fix my graphic at the top there in a second, but we're gonna see Glows versus Ocelots today here on Mortain. It's the point's gonna be Southern Roadblock here, which I don't think I've seen before in a comp match, so it should be interesting. I'm actually alone today, so get used to the sound of my voice. I know I hate it. I hope you don't as much as I do, but here we are. If you do find the sound of my voice grating, or maybe if you just want to see what's going on the other side, from the other side's perspective, look for Gumo Train on Twitch. He'll be streaming from the Ocelot side. We here are going to be on the Glow side. So we're waiting here for Flip. Looks like we got a full server, so it could be any minute now. And I'm going to fix my graphic real quick, and I'll come right back. All right, there we go. Everything looks right, and we're ready to go. Looks like the Flip's coming in right on time, very, very soon. My streaming mic isn't working today, so I'm using my normal headset mic. Sorry about that if it sounds like shit. Again, Gumo Train on Twitch. Otherwise, there's no complaints department, so just fucking live with it. So we're here on Mortain, like I said before. not a map we see a ton in comp, to be honest. Maybe it's rising in popularity as there have been a few matches, ESPT WTH a couple weeks ago, and here we're gonna see, like I said, Glows and Ocelots. Southern Roadblock. I'm curious to see how this goes because this left side is the U.S. side, so the Allies are going to be probably favored to capture first because the hard cap is right near their side, and you know, Glows chose this map at this point, so they must have some kind of plan. I forgot to ask who to join, so hopefully they'll answer me here soon. I don't want to screw them up. All right, here we go. Hopefully that was okay that I joined the Artie squad. Usually that's what they want, so. I'll be honest, I fucking hate doing this alone, so I'm gonna have to talk a lot, so you might hear me say some dumb shit while I'm sitting here by myself. I don't know how Smithers does it all the time. Getting some of the glitches out of the way early. Yeah, Southern Roadblock, like I said, it's really, really far on the Allies side here, so we'll probably see them cap first unless maybe there's some snipes that come in or some luck on the Axis side. I think usually when you see the circle deep in one side, that means that side is likely to cap first. But Mortain, I mean, one of the kind of characteristics of this is it's not really an open map. There's not a ton of structures necessarily, but there's a lot of trees and a lot of hedges, so it can feel a little bit claustrophobic. So we'll see. There's not really long angles that much for tanks. Tanks got to get up close to fight each other, and infantry can get up close to tanks, and that's why a lot of people maybe don't like it because there's a lot of places to hide, a lot of bushes to hide in, and things to hide around, and it can be kind of a ratty map. But that also, I think, means that you know, it could be a good map for recap because you know you can't sit on the point with long MG angles and long tank angles and just play super defensive and farm that way. You know, the other team always is going to have a chance to get in close and hope maybe win some gunfights and take the cap back. So hopefully we see some back and forth. Last time I did this, you know, it was a one cap match, and that's not necessarily bad for the team's perspective, but from an entertainment perspective, we like to see it go back and forth a little bit. So hopefully we see some of that today. We got 10 seconds coming in here. Thanks for joining me again. If you're looking for the Ocelot side, you can look up Gumo Train on Twitch. We're going to be on the Glow side, and here we go. Looks like a pretty standard opening. We have an SPA in use. We have an extra light tank coming in. And it looks like that's it. Nobody currently in a position to do snipes on this side. On the opposite side, they have two light tanks as well and only one recon tank. So they're using SPA also on the Ocelot side. So let's see what, if anything, materializes here. Sounds like some rockets going in. Doesn't look like anything has connected. I don't think there's any rocket snipers on the Glow side here. So here we see the drop off, and away we go. Oh. Rafiki just starting off the game with a to toxic, just a level of disrespect previously unknown to mankind. Let's see what we got. We got Smoky 918 and Westward Coin in the light. Six Puck, Kane, and Squidward in the medium. Both here on bottom map edge. There was a Greyhound. There's a Stewart down here too. This medium is sitting pretty far up here. Wonder if something happened on map edge that got Glows delayed a little bit, because this medium looks like he's just trying to buy time for the infantry, but he's not going to buy that much time. Medium tank goes down already. And we got a full reset back at the Gary for Glows. As we expected, with the easy control of the hardpoint, we see the cap going in favor of Ocelots. Another rocket taking some out. See what the Stewart's got. Driving through front door, burning OPs. Where's the AT at? I'm not seeing. Oh, drove right by the Lukes. Did he see him? Maybe. Driving, glitching into the hedge. Doing all kinds of crazy shit. There we go. A pretty clean play there by the Stewart to get the Lukes down. Just want to get my highlights turned on to make it easy. There's going to be a lot of trees here we got to look through. Shit like that. So first couple tanks going down on the Axis side. And let's see what the impact is. Yeah, they're completely wiped here on map edge. That's not good. Although two squad leaders, Kim Jong-un and Faded, still... Kim Jong-un, I should say. And Faded down here on the bottom map edge. Still up. Hoping to stay alive long enough to get those OPs up and maybe get some help. See the tanks continuing to just wreak havoc up and down the line here. We're north a little bit more, and they're just kind of driving around freely. You really don't want to see both side. Tanks just driving around, not getting rocket shot at them. The first cap did go in favor of Ocelots. They capped first, as we kind of expected. At least I expect what you expect. Words in your mouth. Ooh, unfortunate timing to pull out the Panzerschreck. Ocelots is going to be a OCE, Oceania-based team. Australia, New Zealand, and probably some other places as well. On the Glow side, you're going to see mostly an American/North American side. Maybe a couple Canadians in there, and a small group of from Europe as well, but mostly North America based. We did see a little. The garrison got rebuilt here on map edge, and the OPs don't look like they've lasted very long, but they're gonna have that Gary to fall back on a map edge, and this is gonna be a key area for Glows to hold, as it's going to form an important kind of part of what they need to control and push from to recap this point. Stewart finally going down. Looks like Wolf Collar maybe. And Grape possibly contributing. Night Stalker. Now we see all the ATs coming in. This is the middle cap, the chapel here. Looking at some of the ground level happenings here. Man, with those fucking names all down there, it looks like shit. But Stormy with a good shot onto TE Reaper. T Reaper. Reaper of T. This is what a lot of the map's going to look like for a lot of people, just pushing along these hedges, looking in these bushes, people hiding in bushes, trying to gain ground, trying to make progress along here is going to be tough. And that's how it goes. You're walking along and then you just get thundercocked from a bush. Just like that. That easy. Wild Nadaj back here in the back lines, trying to do some work. He's got a Gary up, but it is locked. Not sure. They're obviously aware that he's here because he just killed the other SL, but do they know that there is a Gary? On the Ocelots part, they have some people that are looking like they're going to wrap from the top. A repurpose is up there. Them apples. Not quite into the German recon camp sector yet, but they're getting close. Toxic MBK is in the bush, but maybe can't see very well out of it. He's got that little net thing in his face too, plus all the branches. Rafiki kind of walked by him. It's actually a pretty good grenade toss, but the Rafiki moved and Javi hadn't quite moved into the spot. That's what it's going to be like. German recon camp, of course, that glows is right now. Looks like some of the infantry from Ocelots is starting to leak in. We got Lundoj up against Comrade. Them apples with the Thompson. So they're going to know that there's infantry up here. They're close to actually a red zone garrison up here that's clear, completely clear. So they might have to bring some infantry up here to help clear this area because they're starting to get wrapped north. Although we also see some pretty good progress on the front lines here where Glows has kind of pushed out a little bit past the chapel, looked like. STG will be a great weapon for this map. You're going to have a lot of close range engagements. Although longer range ones where the STG is capable, but in these long range bush fights, the STG will be a strong asset for the Axis. Run! I think we saw Reaper. Gets Reaper with a good shot. It was Spectre that was shooting at him, though. So Gas Mask is smartly going to run towards where he made the kill, thinking it could be the direction of a spawn. He's going to miss a bunch of shots. So he is near a couple OPs in a garrison, but he's not quite headed in the right direction right now. But he sees a lot of people, so he's got to be inferring that he's getting close to something juicy. And Comrade gets him from over by where the spawn actually is, so that might give him a clue. I usually end up doing a lot more overheads, but on this map I do an overhead and it's just trees. You're just going to see these nice trees. And as much as I like trees, I mean, I like trees as much as the next guy. Like, not like too much. Like, I like trees a normal amount, I guess is what I'm saying. But I'm going to try to be a little bit on the ground level a little more so you guys can actually see what's going on. Because if I just sit up in on the high level stuff like I normally do, you're not going to see anything. Let's take a quick look at the tanks. We're right by a Panzer IV up here in the middle area. We got another Panzer IV map edge and a Tiger or Panther coming up over there as well. This map edge is going to be really, really key here. I think this is kind of where the main thrust has to come from. Nice big, you know, thrust from this area, like long thrusting motion from the bottom is going to be a big help to getting into Southern. We have a Greyhound now circling around over here. Kitsune and Jestaz. Not sure if they know the Panzer IV's here, although it sounds like maybe the Panzer IV knows he is, but the Greyhound is leaving. See a big wave, 4 or 5 guys moving together here towards the Panzer IV. Here we can stay a little bit high. A lot of trees. Panzer IV taking a couple rockets. Peace and Lecker working along the hedge here, but they're both going to go down. Is that going to put... not going to quite put their OP here in jeopardy, but... Ocelots is making a little progress. We just said a minute ago that Glows had kind of captured the church area, chapel area, but that's no longer true. I think that's the Panzer IV going down to rockets. It's a tough map to tank on. Just infantry can come at you from really anywhere. All these bushes don't give you sight lines to be able to see much to protect yourself, so it's really tough. See the Panzer IV, or sorry, the Stuart. I don't know why it's the Panzer IV. Ooh. Stuart's getting shot. Ooh, took 2 shots from maybe this Panzer IV, but was able to escape. We see some cap progress on German recon camp. Looks like that Gary that was up there had been cleared, and there's really no more. Oh, there's 1 OP here, so it's 1 OP. They should be able to handle this if they can clear it. Them Apple's likely escaping, knowing that his OP is in a pretty aggressive spot and might not last. He's going to make sure he gets somewhere where he can rebuild it if it goes down. Looks like they're managing the threat here on the point pretty well, but they need to get that OP. Looks like Lysol might be heading towards it. Yeah, I think he just saw Cortex spawn, so he's going to burn that OP, although the squad leader is still alive in the area. And like I said, he was just kind of waiting to be able to build a new OP in a maybe safer spot, so he'll probably get that back up and the attack will resume. Just wanted to check on the stream. We've gone live now with a delay, and it sounds like it's working. Here on Map Edge. Got the Panzer IV, a couple infantry squads, with King and Rowdy down here. That didn't help. Sounds like Toxic got Thundercock, Whiff King's moving up. They got the P4 in support. Rowdy goes down with Torin. And I maced. Did Torin step on a mine? Looks like Toxic got the... And there's no squad leader, looks like, but Thundercock respawned. It's tough, all these OPs in bushes. You burn the OP and there's another guy in the bush. Thundercock, I think, realizes he's in a bit of trouble here. So he's gonna rat. Ooh. Good return by Snake. Probably didn't see a whole lot there, but shooting gave him away, and Snake made a good shot. Ooh, Pfizer with the... Is he inside a hedge or just in a bush? Oh, he's in a hedge. There's quite a few spots on this map where you can vault up into some hedges, and you're going to be real difficult to see. It can be tough to see out a little bit too, but you are well camouflaged while you're up here. Got Ready Fishy and one heavy tank. Let's see what kind of heavy tanks they're using. If it's a Tiger or a Panther. Of course, the Allies are using 76s. I'm a fucking idiot, but... Ready Fishy in the 176. We have a medium here, the SPA, excuse me, with cooler. And where's the other heavy at? Back a little further. That's the medium. Rice Spicer, the Chad, and Tang O Fool. So you'll see a lot of the assets, the SPAs down here, the two heavy tanks, a medium tank, a light tank, a lot of assets around the hard point here and on the southern part. And I don't really know like what's good on this point, but that seems to make sense to me. That if you kind of hold the southern area, you're going to make it real tough for the other team to cap. We did see Nadaj behind southern edge a little bit with some whammo plays, but he looks like he's been cleaned up. He's now making his way through. the north here, trying to maybe get back into a position to get an OP up behind him. I think he just cleared an OP in this area. Keep an eye on him. For the Ocelots, they have kind of this is kind of a weird position because it's behind the front line, but it's not like on the backside. It's like a front door cheese dick somehow, and a clear Gary that's 50 meters from the hard point, which is not common. But obviously, Glows is going to be trying to play as light as they can on defense, and unless required, to keep all those people on the front line. So, even though this Gary's up, you know, they still have their network up that they can respond to it if they need to. We did see a little bit of cap progress, and I see a tank pushing, so maybe something interesting is going to happen down here. We'll check out this Panzer IV trying to make a play on the Ready Fishy tank. I think that's Ready Fishy. Yep, Odin, Ready Fishy. And they might have something here. They get hit by a rocket. That's not good. They might just send it. Get hit by another rocket, but not engined. 76 is whipping it around the corner. Panzer IV is whipping it into a dead medium. And the 76 shot is going to beat the Panzer IV. So, try to make a play. You got to do that sometimes. So we see some good progress by Glows here. Front line has pushed up further than we've ever seen it. As long as their defense can continue to kind of keep this area in check, this is good progress. They got a heavy tank near here. He's going to be looking for maybe shots out of the 76. This field right here in front of me, this kind of triangle shit, is proven to be kind of difficult to cross. Medium tank here. Looks like he's drawn some attention. Vile Vexation, Bean, and Dave Ism. Might as well just eat the rockets. Why not? I think Fart just ended that guy's whole male line with that rocket. Ended his whole family's existence. It's actually a really nice shot. He just direct impacted this fellow. Look at that. That is a meat right there. That is flesh. And that's what Fart can do to you. Ooh, big bombing run coming in. Is he gonna get the Gary? It's gonna be very close. It does get the Gary on map edge. Barbershop attempting to clear the old bushes with flames, as one does. Take a quick look at the map here. This south area has not improved since we last looked. I mean, you can just see how tough this is going to be. Look at all these people. How many squad leaders you can count in the area. How many OPs you can count in the area. The south for Glows is outnumbered here. And there's also just tanks just kind of camping here. So that's going to be a big problem. The only tank I see on the Glow side that's really in the fight right now is this medium right here. And let's check this out, because something could be happening here. Ooh, is that 76 one-shot, or is that's tracks, it look like? A little bit of an overturn. Not sure what's going to happen here. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here with this medium now. I don't know if I like his chances, but... Ooh, he's not. Fair. He's gonna take the rocket, but he's still alive. This is a big bear. Grape Papa or something. Grape Ape. Papa Bear. Big Papa Bear. Big Grape Papa Bear. You'll take that trade, though. The medium giving up its life to get that 76. However, the Glow's tanks are looking a little thin. The Ocelot side, they still have the heavy here, the medium here. And it looks like they're probably going to be able to crew another heavy potentially right away. So we'll see how that goes. This is now kind of the north end of the front line here. Man, Repurpose now is behind Glow's here. He's going to be a pain in the ass on defense. Glow's not really able to get behind the same amount. Big Shrimp made it all the way back here on his own. But he's not going to be able to get an OP up. So we'll look at what's going on in the north. Here it's going to be a little bit quieter. Not as many people, but still some important work being done. So Danknugs is kind of walking right down into an OP here on the other side. He's going to get traded by Perpy. But he's got to be calling out that there's likely to be a OP near there. I'm sure he figured that out. Front door here south has recovered a little bit. Got some more people down there, just kind of throwing themselves into a meat grinder here with all these people, but got to keep making that progress. We'll check out, because I'm curious. We got like an out of bounds little Greyhound play going here, or Puma play. 76 is wise. Look at the little tank go. Rocket missing. 76 missing. He escapes. Rocket missing again. Ooh, he could go for the SPA. You could see an SPA moment. Ooh, he missed. So now we're going to see one of the dumbest things, because the SPA can't shoot while he's moving because he's solo, but he doesn't want to let the Puma get. Comes back and finishes the job. Oh, we got a Stewart. This is a have a Mortain is two tanks right next to each other that don't know about each other because there's so many fucking trees everywhere. So I don't know if the Stewart doesn't realize the P4's here. P4 definitely doesn't seem to realize the Stewart's here. The P4 is getting hit from everywhere. Now there's a Stewart behind him. Stewart getting hit by rockets, probably engined. I can't believe this Panzer IV is still alive. It's taken so many shots. There he finally goes. See what we got. Good pushback from Ocelots, kind of pushing out from roadblock and making themselves some space. That's what they need to be doing. Looks like the backline play in this area got cleaned up fully by the Glow's defense. Although they still have the garrison up map edge that they're going to be leaking guys in. Repurpose and them apples seem to be the guys tasked with harassing the backlines. And Nadaj has finally made his reappearance in the backline as well. He's been trying to get back there for a little bit, and he's been successful. Unfortunate. Danknugs had to have heard that. He's not able to make a trade. Bad up is, though. Vader with the FG-42. Probably a great map for that weapon, I imagine. I think he has some vague idea that Dr. Osama is there. Cannot see through the bush, though, but he's hearing him. Somebody else shot him. What you're gonna get on this map is laying in bushes. That's what you gotta do. Man, people I'm watching are not having a good track record of living very long. Heavy tank and SPA back here. Heavy tank map edge. Medium tank, medium tank. So they're just kind of putting it all right there and saying, come get it. I don't know. How many heavy tanks have we even seen from Glows? We have one sitting in spawn now, one medium active. That's about it. The SPA, of course. It looks like they're trying to get this open. Viking goes down. Gang looks like he's heading towards him. Gets taken out. Thank you guys for joining me this evening or potentially this morning, depending on where you find yourself. We're looking at round 2 of 2026 seasonal glows versus Ocelots here on Mortain. Southern Roadblock is a tough point for access. So far to go to get to that hard cap, and not that the hard cap is everything, but a lot of times, the vast majority of the times, if you're going to capture a point, you're some presence in that hard cap, if not control of the hard cap. And look at how far they have to go into the red zone to get there. It's damn near in the second sector for the Allies. It's a really tough point. Javi has made his way into it though somehow. Dank Nugs as well, on himself a bit of a journey here. Trying to think probably of what he can do to make the most of this. He's going to run up behind. He's got tanks near him too. He could maybe go for it if he hasn't used that satchel. He could also get his head popped like that too. Just check on the defensive situation. Repurpose is back here. This is probably them apples. OP. So again, they're kind of leaking back here. They don't really seem to want to commit to pulling too many guys back here for anything. At least until maybe they get some spawns down. But these squad leaders being in this back here is going to give them information, going to give them options to send people back here when they want. Now we're seeing the heavy being crewed in bottom HQ by Glows. Curious to see what it is. It's a Tiger, okay. No Panther ban anymore in Seasonal. So, and I think there's days, I think, not much of a reason to really use the Tiger anymore. Depending on what you're doing, I guess, but just the mobility of it, it reverses really slow. The turret turns really slow. It's just not very agile. And not that that always makes the difference, but you're not really giving up a whole lot by taking the Panther in comparison. So it's like you'd almost rather just have the speed and agility of the Panther and take the negatives that come with it, which aren't really that many anymore. One man's opinion. Watching them make some progress here. We got Space Alien down here. He's gonna get one and get traded. Maybe he traded with Forbidding and got him and Toxic. Yikes. You can kind of see through the trees here where the Ocelot's tanks are. Just kind of in a line here right in front of Southern Roadblock. Just making this 4 of them, just making it so tough to get anywhere here. And they really don't seem to want to really push out that much. They're not really sending any tanks north. So they're content to just kind of be the wall here to stop any progress from being made. I think by now Glows has got to know that, just sitting there. And so really you could be sending, and they have been sending their tanks in the north quite a bit, but that's really what you can do then, is start sending your tanks into the north to help infantry push in the north here so that you can maybe make progress clearing this area out and everything, and then kind of wrapping onto southern. That's probably what they should be trying to do, because these tanks in this position are going to be real hard to knock off just head on. But if you take away the map control, then you kind of force them back. Lecker pushing up the hill towards Chapel. Doesn't see Grink. A lot of directions you gotta look in. About halfway through now. We'll take a look again. We got a couple Glows tanks pushing the north here, and then we got the 4-man tank wall, or 4-tank wall here from Ocelots as well still. So we'll see if we can if we see an engagement coming up here, but not a whole lot has changed. In for another 90-minute hold. We'll see. Glows has been making some progress at times, but not being able to hold on to it. It's gone back and forth a little bit. Seeing a lot more bodies, I think, than we used to. Coco making his way deep into enemy territory here. No matter where you look, man, there's always somebody else. It's one of the frustrating things about playing on this map is, you know, there's people everywhere. They could be anywhere. Unbelievable has made it into the back. Might be looking for some garrisons or potentially just marking some vehicles or something from the back line. Looks like we have a tactical rearm, topping off the HE nukes. Really, the way Ocelot's playing with these tanks, they could be. We're in obvious A territory. 75 Jumbo would be great doing. Just sitting back and farming infantry. You get the HE nukes with the 75. You get 60 rounds of HE, instead of 30. They'd have to lose one of these tanks though to get one, because they have 2 76s right now. But they're moving actually now, so we'll see. Ooh. Ah, this medium Sherman just died. I'm not sure if the Puma killed it or that's a coincidence. Maybe Fart killed it. Took me fucking forever to find it, so we don't really know. I'm watching the bottom map edge a lot because I feel like that's where shit's gonna happen. That's where it's gonna be. This top area is now thinned out a lot. We saw a lot of Glow's people in this area, but they seem to have shifted. Nadaj is still behind him. Oh, that's like the 10th time I've locked onto somebody and they immediately die. Totally normal physics of the SPA round. Look at it go. That's backspin. Artillery rounds and How Let Loose are modeled after real life arty shells that have that deep, distinct diving action. It's all backspin on the shell. It's realistic. South is almost getting pushed out. Got Whiff King trying to cut him off here. Coming down the hedge. Like a rep station maybe went down. Not sure what. Every tank over here just sitting on its own rep station, able to fucking rearm itself without moving. Back in my day, you had to get out and repair the tank your damn self. What the fuck was that? Was that a shot from? Must have been. I don't know fucking how. Kind of confused on that one, to be honest. I guess it's possible they could see that shit from back here. That's a good shot. The south is getting a little perilous. A couple Ocelots tanks went down, but they've had those tanks up for so long, they're immediately bringing up another heavy. They already have a heavy and two mediums up. They just got the great wall of fucking tanks over here. Although we're seeing a double Panzer IV push moving here. Looks like there's a medium moving up to try to counter it here. Could see a bit of an engagement. Shot laid short. Drives into the opening. Takes a hit as a medium one hit. The medium is one hit. It goes down to the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV is getting rocketed. It's a good play. They get one of the mediums. Did the P4 go down? Nope. Seeing the contesting going on recon camp. Take a look. Repurpose 2 ATs. Does that mean there's 2 OPs or there's a garrison? I got a red zone garrison up. What is he doing? Spawn the red zone Gary, go into HQ sector and lay down and take a piss. Not sure if anyone on Glow side saw that brief moment of contesting, but there's really only one person in soft cap, 2 people in soft cap. So if a couple of these people cross the line, I wonder if this is a deliberate attempt to not cause this point to cap. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. They don't want it to flash like this because they don't want to draw the attention. So they're running out of sector intentionally, and then they'll all cross over at one time, but we're starting to see some big spawn waves and some probing, probably defense SLs coming back into the sector here. So some cap progress coming in as they do cross the line. That spawn wave on the Glow's garrison on the west side went into the attacking sector. And so we're going to see Javi run into pizza roll here. Maybe, maybe not. The cap is still going. Pizza roll goes down, so they know the east side is the issue. And here we go. They're starting to see some bigger spawn waves. We now have 4 squad leaders coming in on this garrison. We have legitimate cheese dick. Check real quick as a precision strike misses the medium tank. Well, we're going to stay here and take a look and see what is going on recon camp. 3 OPs now. There is a garrison just across the border on the west side as well. There's a tank coming in from the south, so we'll see what the response looks like. We're getting down to half cap, so they're going to need some people spawning back. Now's the time where if you're Ocelots, you start considering whether or not you really want to go all in, so to speak, or start just dumping people onto that red zone Gary. Although it's locked now by the tank. We'll see if they find it. They're right next to it. Are they going to see it? They have no spotter. They might have just perfectly turned it away. That's going to mean they don't notice it. Although they are locking it. Lots of AT back here, though, unfortunately. Enzo almost missed the tank and hit his own AT guy. Rafiki looks like he got 2 shots in. This cap is pretty far gone now on the cheese dick from Ocelots. I don't know that they're going to be able to bring it back. Closest Gary southwest. Is there another spawn wave in? One big wave might save it. Tank makes it to the hard cap. Oh, they're defending. There was a big spawn wave on that Gary, but the Gary went down. I think this is going to go... I think think Ocelots is going to get this. Glows is defending now, but they don't have a lot of options for garrisons, and they're all out of sector. It's going to come down to some gunfights now. This tank is certainly doing a lot of damage to the attack. They can take care of it. I'm surprised there was a lot of rockets being spotted. Space Alien's AT. He's not rocket AT, and he's just kind of laying here. I don't really know what he's doing. You're not capping this point by just laying down. You gotta win some gunfights here, guys. Sometimes you can, but they've responded now. Teams coming from every direction. You gotta cap for about 25 seconds here to get this point, and you're not gonna do it by laying down in the trench. Heavy killing amber lamps, contributing. Reaper goes down. It's going back in favor of glows. Coco coming back into the trench. He's gonna get Heavy. Space Alien's gonna kill Coco. But the point's still going back. You can't just sit there. Not meaning to focus on anybody in particular, but somebody... yeah. Just saying. Glows has responded. You can see all the blueberries now everywhere, all over this. Still a really good push coming in from the west. The Cheese Dick Gary went down, but Glows looks like they have it a little bit under control, but they've basically had to give up their entire front line in order to do so. So we'll see if there's long-term effects. Looks like Trench Slayer guy finally got killed. Amber's right to think that there's someone down there. You just can't see him. Oh, look right. Look right, Amber. Looks like they're tracked. They're trying to do as much damage as they know. The end is near. The old point blank AT double tap. During all of that, oh man. Looks like the Ocelots tank might have moved a little bit. I joke, but it's hard to know when to move tanks up on these offset points like this, because it's not like you're moving into this sector. You got to move all the way up here, and if they just want to play defensively, then their tanks are just going to all sit here, and I'm going to keep remarking on it. But if that's what the strategy is, then they're executing it. But I kind of want to look. I mean, coming out of that near cap, the reset doesn't look that bad here for Glows, to be honest. The south is obviously going to be an issue until they clear out all of this whole area, which, I mean, they're about to lose 2 Garys down here, which is going to be a problem, but the mid area is okay. I'm not going to say it's good. Ocelots made a lot of progress off of that near cap, but it could be worse for Glows. They just got to find a way to, you know, if they can. They lost that Gary. They might lose this one soon, but they just got to reestablish a presence in this area. Smoky westward at 918 and a Tiger. He's going to try to help. Oh. Where's the tank shooting? Oh, there he is. It's a kind of hillside there. It seems like he is aware of it. I'm not sure if they're going to see each other. You can see their outlines through the trees, but of course they don't see that. Or maybe they do. Well, maybe they do. Not going to get a second shot. Looks like it's the hedge. 76 coming. I'm not sure if they're going to see that one. All right, sorry about that. Just wanted to check on the old stream, see if it's looks okay, sounds okay. It doesn't, but fuck it. What am I gonna do? I only got one voice. Fart going on a bit of an adventure. Ready fishy in the medium, pushing out a little bit here. Possible engagement with a Panzer IV here in the south, if I can find it. Tank engagements are fun. Space Alien still using the AT Satchel class. But he's running up on a tank with no spotter, so looks like he's going to get a Satchel on here. Even though running Satchel AT as the Americans is a bit of a troll, to be perfectly honest. Medium tank getting blasted in the side. They're going to move. Taking rockets, taking shots, but it's going to be the Satchel that's going to get him. Nope. Tank shot killed him. Always take rockets when you're US. AT. Pfizer just blasted a band into multiple pieces. Where's the other half of this man's leg? There it is. Oh, that's an arm. That's a head. The leg is... That's a boot. That's part of it, but that could be the boot of the long leg. Oh, there it is. Wow, what a mess. Does Mr. Havy has a satchel? Looked like he might have, or he wanted them to think he did, but Fader was on hand to eliminate the threat. Coming up on 20 minutes left, we got some tank action going on, some tank mobility maneuvers going on down here. A medium and a heavy against two mediums. That is a truck or something going down. Got rockets coming in. So here's one Sherman ready fishy, another Sherman Davism. We have a Tiger looking for him. Where's the P4 at? P4 is back here. Tiger's getting shot in the ass, but not engined by the medium all the way out there. All kinds of crazy tank gameplay going on right now. The Tiger is shooting and missing the Sherman over here. Ready Fishy going for the turret mantle, maybe. Taking one from the Tiger. Taking one from Snake. And going down. Rarely do you get the chance to see 5 tanks kind of inside one engagement. That's kind of what we saw right there. Ooh, that guy got smacked by the tank. Take a look at the map. This southern area is still a problem for glows because they can't start knocking on the door to southern roadblock till they get this area, but looks like they've done a good job. And with the tanks, they wiped out the tanks dive in front door. They need to get some infantry progress up here. The north is kind of the same as it ever was, but looking okay at least for now. We have them apples up in the back line again, looking to maybe start another cap on German recon. And we got Big Shrimp BLC. Let's check in on him. I don't know if this is again or if this is the same life and he's still just running around back here. He's Rocket AT running back here. Just getting shit on by Torin. And I wonder how long he was alive there without anybody knowing. He ran halfway across the map, and then as soon as I look at him, he dies. I'm just sitting here thinking, that's why I'm going back and forth. Think of how cool the map might be if you had a hill that looked like this with not as many trees on it. And like taking the high ground was a big deal because now you can, command the battlefield. And so the tanks fights and everything over the high ground would be like, a huge point of the game. But as it is, I mean, you get the high ground, you can't fucking see anything anyway, so who cares? Have some server coping going on. Should be on a Japanese server here, NA team playing against OCE. Playing on a Japan server sucks for everybody. Nobody has fun. The perfect outcome of any Hell at Loose match. Tiger gets killed down the road by the 76. That was Rice Spicer, Chad, and Tango Fool. Nice shot on the road there. See the SPA or what? But they shot like right over the top of them. Bad up, just kind of running back and forth. Oh, he's near an O-peaker. That's shit. That might be a garrison, actually. Pull out your gun and shoot! It is a garrison. Mr. Glider Zero has to hear that he's on it, but there's a lot of enemies. It's going to be tough to get this down. They know he's here. He knows it's there. He's going to get shot from Song Guy. Scary has to be called out, though. They know it's here. Taking this down will be really helpful, as taking down garrisons tends to be. Coco is on the prowl in the back line. Ham might be trying to sneak a rocket. No, he's just looking. There was just a garrison here. I think it was a Ocelots garrison that got taken down. Threat's not over. Them Apples, who has been a pain for the Glow's defense the entire year still. Will they get him there? His OP is nearby. Are they going to get me? Fragger, look. Fragger, no. Fragger, wrong way. No. I think Fragger knows that he's near the OP, and he's waiting to see, because he just killed them Apples. He's waiting to see where he comes from, I think, to know where the OP is. He's thinking it's west, but it's east, and they're on opposite sides of the hedges, so they're not going to see each other. It's kind of interesting how this is going to go, because Fragger clearly knows there's something here. He might be walking right out. Oh, he killed him. Now he should push that way. Oh, looks like Gas Mask got is right next to the OP and not burning it. There you go. Gas Mask walked right by it. Tanks for Ocelots have pushed out a little bit. They're now kind of on the straddling the blue-red line. Glows has a medium. Looks like that's it. Medium and a recon on the board, crewing a heavy in HQ there. Coco has made it down to D8, trying to do some stuff and things. 11 minutes remain. Coco probably going to be looking for maybe a garrison down here, but they don't really have a garrison that close to Southern. The one they do have is north of him. Although I wonder if he pinged one of these garrisons at some point, because there are some interested parties on the parts of Ocelots. Sorry, just checking out the stream again. Sorry, last 10 minutes. Want to make sure everything looks good. Oh, we got some SPA direct fire going on. Did he just shoot the ground in front of himself? Oh yeah, look. Crazy to think they had that kind of technology in the 40s. Look at that shit. I think we had this kind of technology in 1940. We're still hitting hospitals by mistake in 2026. I should say quote-unquote mistake. That's crazy. Bro, I could just watch this SPA for days. This is insane. Whoop! Then it comes back. You can shoot it past and then just like hit it with the backspin. Backspin! Wild. Absolutely wild. They were like, yup, this is good. Ship it. Fuck it. It just turns around and goes the other way. Ship it. The rockets just flying everywhere. Arty shells changing trajectory. Blycher punishing 76 track. Got a Tiger pushing up. 76 is backed off a little bit. Are we gearing up for a tank push here? We might be. Hold on to your butts. So that's the 76 they're looking for. They seem to have a good mark on it because the gun's pointing right at it. Looks like we got a hit. Whoa. 76 might be cooked. '76 is killed. Might be a little bit of an opening here. I don't know. It's going to be tough. 3 minutes, 20 seconds until the outcome could potentially be decided. Tanks are giving it a go, trying to create some another tank coming up to join them. The SPA, medium tank, Tiger, all trying to clear this area and make a push. Looks like they just have this garrison up that's right next to here. Oh, they got it. The garrison's down. So the south area is kind of clear to move up to the next hedge to the west. Where there's more tanks, more people, more bushes to get shot from. Here we go. We got the 3 tanks pushing across the north side of the hedge. SPA's in the area shooting wacky physics missiles. Here we go. The tanks are making it to hard cap. There's a 76 on the south. It's going to try to push up and counter them at some point. One medium goes down. Tiger getting focused. The other Panzer IV is right by a Gary. The Gary's right behind him. It's a 2-man, so no spotter, but the infantry are going to make it. Amber should see that. 76 is right next to this Panzer IV. Panzer IV is going to take 1 hit. Amber's on the Gary. A spawn wave came in and they didn't notice him because they were distracted. So the Gary goes down. We have 1 minute left. The Panzer IV has sacrificed himself. The Tiger is dead. The half-track Ocelots drove up here is not turned on. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Just doesn't show up, apparently. So big spawn wave, 44 seconds. Got to start capping by the 2-minute mark. I'm not going to see it. The tanks all went down. They did what they could, and actually they made a lot of progress here, getting the team this far. You can see they've kind of narrowed the line a lot. It's not as it was. But just people to overcome here. I'm dead. Just everywhere. Nobody is safe. Flamethrowers coming out. 8 seconds. Strafing run comes in. And there we go. We've crossed the 2-minute mark. No cap progress, and so it will stay a 3-2 victory for Ocelots as Ready Fishy sends it. We got a lot of people into the sector here. I think the tanks pushing along the bottom of the map here towards the point kind of had a positive effect to create some space, get some spawns, but just a little too late, unfortunately. I mean, they tried. They were doing stuff like that all game, and just a tough point. I mean, having the I'm not sure what the plan was or what the thought was. Maybe they despite the valiant effort, they were a little bit short this time. Let's take a look at some stats here. I'll scroll through. You can see where your favorite player is. On the other side, Rice was 1 tank at 600. Ready Fishy's tank was around 1,000, it looks like. So not, I mean, it's hard to get high tank scores on this map, but you can look, everybody else was playing infantry. So there you go. It was a tight game. It was a close game. We almost saw the 4th point cap, but Ocelots came up short. They capped first and kept the cap the whole time. And that's your outcome, 3-2 in favor of the Allies, played by Ocelots from Australia, beating the NA-based Glows side in round 2 of Seasonal. There you go. If you're interested in more matches like this, There'll be a lot more around like 2 or 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Look out for those. Join the Discord for the full schedule, but there's a few more matches tomorrow, including I'll be playing on Ramagan for some fucking reason. That's at 3 o'clock Eastern. That'll be streamed by Havoc. Havoc will have that one. And Real Tomato? Killer Tomato. Sorry, Killer Tomato. We'll be streaming that one as well. So, some more matches tomorrow. And yes, thanks for joining us. Ocelots beats Glows. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you.